Hey, everybody, it's Ron Bass with another edition of Soar High Personal Development, your source for inspiration. Joining me today is Brent Atterbury, Davin
Marketing guru.
Hunley, marketing guru, Davin Hunley, producer extraordinaire, beatmaker,
Extraordinaire.
extraordinaire, and Mr. Michael Rose, a fantastic martial artist.
Thank you.
So today, we're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but the top three to me is nutrition, rest, and exercise. I think that people don't take that serious enough. I think about this all the time. I talk about it all the time, and my friends probably get tired of me saying it. But, to stay on track every day, it's really, really important to eat right, get plenty of rest, and get some exercise. So I'll start with Mr. Mike. What do you think about all that?
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
3 topics.
3 topics, but it
I
rolled into one.
would say the top one should be nutrition.
Nutrition.
That should be the top one. That's the top one. Dieting's key.
So how about diet? When you say dieting, like to lose weight, you mean like dieting meaning like the right kind of foods?
Yeah, if you want to lose weight, dieting's first. Gotta have your diet right first. If your diet's not right, it doesn't matter how much you work out, whatever you do, it won't matter.
I think it's right kind of foods.
Right kind of foods?
Well, yeah, to answer your question, yeah.
So what if you're not trying to lose weight, but it's just the idea of eating good food to have the energy to be able to
I don't
go
know. People
through
enjoy
the
food.
process?
I don't know. That's really tough.
Yeah, you can't ask me. I'm a little tubs. I love eating.
You are what you eat.
You're a what? A tubs.
tubs. Got a little belly on me.
Oh my God. You're too young to have a belly.
For real. Too young.
I like to eat though. I eat well, but then sometimes I find myself eating junk. But
There should be like a thing where you don't eat if you don't lift.
I
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. You got to lift, baby.
You got to live, baby.
Yeah.
I went with Mike the other day and did a workout. It was a workout.
Well, we went crazy up in there.
We did, man. He showed me the gig. It was something. But I can see where if you've got a good workout partner and a good mentor, somebody that knows what they're doing, very, very helpful. But you can work out by yourself. I mean, any workout's better than no workout. People all the time are trying to like scientifically break down a workout, but and that's good. But just getting a workout in of any kind is better than no workout, in my opinion. Like Brent likes to walk every night. That's great. I like to go in the gym and lift weights. Mike likes to go in the gym. He does a lot of calisthenics. He does a lot of he does deadlifts. He does kettlebells. He does a lot of ab workouts.
And the whole 9 yards.
The whole 9 yards,
essentials,
yeah. All the
good stuff.
essentials, yeah.
But the nutrition is key, especially if you're trying to get down. I haven't had soda in like over 8 years, and
Wow.
Not tooting my own horn, but I'm saying just even that alone, cutting that out, I lost a lot of weight.
So you used to weigh like what, 230, 240, and now you're
Yeah.
like
Well, about
175, 180,
two-
but you're super
230.
fit. So
Well, you still got the extra, like when you like
you got rid of all the fat.
when
You
your
just kept
when-
all the muscle.
well, your skin expands because I have a lot of stretch marks everywhere. But when your skin expands and then like you come back down like your weight and you get more enhanced or whatever. But some people say like genetics, but I feel like my genetics were like I hate to say like the word fat, but kind of bigger on the on the
Yep.
other side. My genetics or my family were just kind of a little bit bigger.
My upline was heavy. They were all
Mhm.
kind of heavy too. So if I didn't work out, I'd be super heavy right now.
Oh, for sure. I can only imagine if I kept the same diet or anything, how my mind would be, how would I feel about myself. Because really, really, nutrition is key because it's how you feel. Because sometimes you'll eat something and feel bloated, then you just kind of, it's nice. It's nice at first, but some people live off that. They need food. It's like a drug.
For me, it seems like whenever I exercise a lot, I am hungry, but it doesn't take a lot to satisfy my hunger. It's a weird deal. If I exercise really hard and I'm really hungry, I find myself I get full quick. It's weird.
Well, you train yourself. There's some like, say if you have a lot of sugar over the course of time, which you don't really eat a lot of sugar, but I'm saying like say even caffeine, even like sugar too, it is like a drug. If you cut it out, your body goes through withdrawals. Your body just feels like complete crap. Does not feel good. But since you've been doing it so long, your body came acclimated whether if you eat a lot or not. But it's just like, what are you eating? A lot of carbs, a lot of sugar. You know what I mean?
Speaking of carbs, it seems to me that you have to have a lot of carbs if you're going to be lifting weights, if you're going to be
Well, if
working
you're
out every
bulking,
day.
I would say in the nutrition
Isn't
area,
carbs is what gives you the energy to work out,
yeah, it
doesn't
kind
it?
of does. Yeah.
What's a good carb regiment?
I don't know. You're asking,
Like
my
potatoes and breads
no,
and
I would say, you know, I eat for me, I eat more sweet potatoes.
sweet
Try to
potatoes.
cut out the chips, or like say like anything like low calorie or low carb, or you know when it comes to like say if I'm just snacking, right? But trail mix, you know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like you don't want bad bad carbs, which I would say a lot of sugar. In my opinion, I don't know. My body reacts different to other bodies. I know what I like, and everybody's body's different. So
So the real reason that I work out is because at the very end I get the reward, which is the protein drink, and that's really why I work out.
that's the cookie
That's
right
an
there.
inside joke with Mike and I. Every time we
That's the
finish
cookie
working
right
out, we
there.
get
It's like having a cookie.
a chocolate protein drink, and we hold it up and we go, "This
Boy,
is the reason I work out." It's the
boy.
it's the
See, that's
best.
reward right there. You don't lift, you don't get no reward. No, you gotta lift.
So working out, eating right, and then rest. I think rest is a problem for people. I don't think people fully understand how important it is. You have to recover, and if you're only getting a few hours of sleep a night, it's just not enough.
No,
When you're
it's not.
young, you can get by, but when you get old,
Barely.
it's very demanding.
Barely.
You have to get the rest, or you're just not going to be 100%.
Oh no. Not at
And
all.
I find too, if you exercise at night, like Mike and I do jujitsu in the evenings, you're just going to get a better night's sleep because you're tired when you leave, and that's a really good formula in my opinion.
This reminds me. I remember. Sorry, I'm storytelling. Here we go.
Go
So,
go for it.
so I remember sometimes I would work out at night, but it wasn't the same as the mornings. I don't know. Maybe it's in my head, but it's just trippy. It just doesn't feel the same like it does. Like in the morning, like the best is in the morning. The best like times I ever had or anything was just waking up. My
Yeah.
body. I don't know. It's the season change or whatever, but my body.
Well, you're fresh in the morning.
Well. I was like, lately my body's been like when I wake up, I just stiff. It's probably from jujitsu, but
Well, yeah, stiff
I
and
I
sore.
train pretty hard. Train pretty hard. Not like saying like I'm special, but I'm saying I work out pretty hard, and it's not easy getting up sometimes. So, I have been supplement free for like a year and a half, so haven't had any supplements to help me at all. So it's all good, but that is kind of tough.
I usually just go to the health store and get some basic vitamins, and I'll
Yeah,
take
but
I take
sometimes you need more
C,
than
I'll take
that.
general basic vitamins. I'll take E. I'd have to look. I've got 4 or 5 different vitamins I'd like to take every day to supplement, just in case I don't get it in
It
the
is nice
foods.
though, like having the supplements or the extra supplements.
And it's cheap, really, at the health
Well,
store.
what you're talking about is cheap, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like other supplements that are very helpful. With
Oh,
blood flow. No, not like
oh,
that. Not talking about testosterone or
okay.
steroids or
Not
anything.
steroids.
No.
You know what's
You,
funny
you,
about
you,
steroids? You can see
no, you
people
can
that
see right
you can see
away.
right away when they take
Yeah,
them.
no, I'm
Their
not
muscle
even taking them. You
structure
can just see
and
them right away with their structure.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, if you looked at me, you would know that I'm very natural. My shoulders ain't
That's the way
popping
to be,
out. My
man.
traps ain't popping out. Like they're big, but then I ain't popping out. You know what I mean? But no, I'm saying supplements in general, just to not be as fatigued or, have a good night's rest and have the blood flow and have your mental right. It is very, very, very helpful.
I was talking to one of the students last night about working out, and we were talking about planking, and I said, "How is it possible that somebody can plank for 6 hours?" I think there was like this Marine broke a record. I mean, I can plank for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes and think I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can do that sort of thing. Where does that come
I
from?
think even running, like say like running,
Running a 150-mile race. How do you do that?
I think once your body, I remember once in a while I'd run for a long period of time on the treadmill, right? The first 5 minutes is fucking hell. Sorry, I'm cussing, but it's hell. The first 5 minutes is hell, and then after that, it's like a breeze. Like I could run for a
Just
good
go and
minute.
go and go, huh?
Yeah.
You think what do you think happened? Like you catch the second wind?
That's why I always say, like, you got to catch that second wind. If you don't catch it, you never reach your mental, like your mental. You don't go past your mental.
Somebody told me
Your pocket's buzzing. Go ahead
that
though.
your heart has to catch up with your oxygen requirements, and once it picks up the speed, then the oxygen requirements are met for the body. That's what they call the second wind.
Well, if you control your breathing and stuff, like there's some people that, like, say if they need to cut weight or whatever, and like if you're talking about the things that fighters go through or whatever, there's some people that need to wear a pullover to actually cut weight or whatever because their heart rate's not up, and like they'll even wear, like, say, like, you ever seen them, like, people wear the mask working out to like have it not like the elevation of breathing or whatever, like,
Hmm.
say, like, you're in like Colorado.
Yeah.
When I was in Colorado, I was like climbing up, and it was just harder to breathe. Like, I couldn't catch my breath, and I'm pretty fit, but
Yeah.
I would say, like, where we're at, we're not as elevated, so our the like atmosphere is different. So I think atmosphere is key too. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Brent.
Yeah.
What do you got to say?
Go ahead
You're
if you
awfully
want.
quiet over there.
Something that I learned this semester in one of my like fitness classes actually was that like how you get the second wind. So there's I forget what specifically it's called, but your heart and your lungs can only hold so much oxygen, and there's a specific name for it, and some people have a higher peak than others no matter how hard you train. And same with like women to men. Women have like 20 like points less than men. That's their
Hmm.
maximum capacity. And say Mike could have, well, we'll put a number of like 140, and it could be the same as LeBron James, but LeBron James just has like that natural like basketball thing, but he probably can't fight in jujitsu like Mike can. So it was just kind of interesting to see that you can train your heart to get back to that number. Like you can lose that number to go from like 140 to 120, but you can come back to it. Well, it was just kind of interesting to me. It kind of reminded me of that.
I read this article. They said after 30, you lose 1% per year of your ability to effectively use oxygen in your system. So the downside to aging is, you're not as efficient in that way. But the upside probably is experience,
Well,
that you gain more experience in
that's probably
life.
without smoking and other drugs and
And
alcohol
even
and
worse that that's
yeah.
the case.
So
So
imagine doing all that before
so
30.
even all the more reason to exercise. You have to, whether you're young or old, you have to exercise in some way. I mean, like I say, even if it's just walking for 30 minutes, see if it's
I've
on
been
the
getting
treadmill, if it's weightlifting, if it's grappling, if it's wrestling,
yeah.
if it's jujitsu, if it's a martial art, if it's boxing, if it's just some
No,
kind
I
of
would say
exercise every day.
I would say fitness in general. Even jiu-jitsu is not enough. It really isn't.
I think I've mentioned this before, but my doctor told me probably when I started walking, sold me on the idea. He said, if you walk, have a brisk walk, about 30 minutes a day, you can add up to 2 years to your life. Those are studies that are concrete, solid, everybody agrees with. If that's not enough to motivate you, I don't know what is, but one of the things, Ron, these 3 things here, if you have decent nutrition, you get good rest, and you exercise, in my opinion, that gives you the energy to do more
things
than the average human.
Yes.
I mean, and everybody's work schedule is different, and everybody has different things they got to do. But I know for me, getting up at 6 each day, staying up till 10 or 11, having my own business, working around the house, managing grandkids, the wife, you've got a lot going on. And I think if you're tired, if you're sore, if you don't feel good, then you don't get anything done, and you don't accomplish the goal. You don't get where you're trying to go. You don't surpass your goals and get further down the road. So you have to do this.
I like that. You have to do this.
Yeah, you do.
It's too bad there's not a law that says you have to do this, but that's not the way it works. Another item I'd like to discuss is the quality of life. It's not always the duration, But how are you? How do you feel? If you feel great mentally and physically, then my goodness, everything is so much better. Everything, right? That's really that's really the essence of it all. And exercise, nutrition, and rest is going to give you that opportunity. It's not perfect. You can have days where you just don't feel good, but more often than not, you're probably going to feel good and have energy if you follow these rules. And by the way,
I
Mike and I talk about it all the time. I didn't invent the rules. I just follow them.
I think that lack of sleep too keeps you from working smarter, and it also increases your stress. So sleep is key. It's very key.
It makes me grumpy. Like if I wake up with
You're grumpy anyway.
yeah, good point. But so think about more grumpy though. Think about more grumpy though.
Davin Grumpy Hunley.
Yeah, exactly.
No, there's no more. You reached your cat maximum.
Whatever. No, sometimes like say I only get like 4 hours of sleep, which has happened. Like I just am in a shit mood all day, and it's just awful. So I understand that.
And here's the other side of the coin. If you don't get a lot of rest and you still have a lot to do, if you're fit, you can usually push through it. But if you're not fit and you got to push through it because you're not getting enough rest, it's rough.
I think
Extra rough.
I think too, Ron, if you don't do any of these things, you're just asking for it. You are going to have health issues of some sort. You got to take care of your body. Not everybody does like they should. I know I don't, but you got to try. You got to do the best you can.
So addiction, that's a whole nother day and a whole nother subject, but addiction plays a big role in this too, because people that have addiction, cigarettes, food, drugs, alcohol, you can't properly execute these three things because you're so distracted with addiction that takes over everything.
Powerful.
And you become obsessed with that addiction.
Well,
Gambling.
addiction can I like to put addiction into its true form of an addictive personality, which is usually just a trait. People don't just become addicted to things; they have to have the
Well, I
personality.
think you can be
trait.
physically addicted to some things like caffeine,
So here,
tobacco.
I was gonna
drugs.
branch off of it. Like Mike's addicted to fitness.
Yeah.
You're addicted.
I'm
to
addicted to
fitness.
fitness.
You're also addicted to business.
Yes.
Brent's addicted to
We don't
being
know what he's
funny.
addicted to.
So I think that
Wow.
everyone, I really think everyone has the trait. It's just
What are you
more-
addicted to?
A lot of different
Pleasure?
things.
Himself.
Yeah, myself. A lot of different things.
Oh
I mean,
my
He has a
goodness.
mirror in every room.
Is that what it is? That's
like,
funny.
boom,
Oh
boom.
my
yeah, right.
gosh.
Yeah, right. But I think everyone has that personality trait. It's just stronger in some people.
No, he's addicted to shoes.
Oh,
I'm not
that's
addicted to
right.
shoes.
Boy, he
I
got
ha-
those shoes.
No, I'm not addicted
Lace
to
me
shoes.
up.
Not anymore.
Oh, damn.
Used to be. but
Damn.
it's all right.
Dang. Hey, sheesh.
Speaking of shoes,
Yes.
they haven't got me a new pair of shoes. and
Boy,
they're-
they
and they're
got
great.
dirty.
The only problem was
Boy, they got dirty.
they're white and they got dirty in like about 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna have to
I
get
asked.
some black
I
shoes.
asked you what color, and you said, "Oh, I don't matter. It doesn't matter what
he said,
color."
white.
I'm colorblind. I don't know the difference.
They're gray now.
They're great now.
That's true.
We can always
gray.
clean them. We can always clean them.
Boy,
It's all good.
I don't know about cleaning them.
No, we can clean them.
I've seen better days.
I think we'll just get some black shoes and then
That's
I'll
fine.
use these as like a backup.
Hey, but guess what? They were comfortable.
They are very comfortable. I give you
Well,
that. And I
then
wear them
damn.
every
Comfort's
day.
key.
Yeah,
Comfort's key.
I don't care if they're dirty or not. I'll wear them if they're comfortable. That's just me.
Comfort's key.
Comfort's key.
So back to what you
Back
were
to
saying.
what we were saying.
So if you do all these things, I think the next thing would be important is recovery, which goes to rest, but recovery of that's why supplements are good. Or saying like you go see a massage therapist or chiropractor or you have to things that are going to help you with your body, because you do all this, your body's no matter how much rest you're going to get, your body's going to feel it.
Couple of thoughts about that. I know I used to take like hot Epsom baths
Even
after
that, yes.
after jujitsu
Even that.
events in the evening. That was super
Recovery.
relaxing. Now I just take like hot showers, but boy, that's even relaxing.
'Cause if you have
something
an-
simple,
If you have injury, even doing all these, you're fighting through it. It is tough.
Not
It's
even
tough.
not even physical rest, like mental rest as well. You two know that I have problems
Well-
with my mental health sometimes.
It
so.
takes a lot of time out when we're hanging around with people like you because
Yeah.
we need a lot.
Right.
of
I would say,
rest.
I would
It's very
Right?
taxing.
You know, I would say that I would say in the mental rest department, it depends what you've done your whole life. Because like I've dealt with a lot of people, dealt a lot of construction, a lot of people that are just BS. And you know, whether you're tired as fuck, and you're sore, even from working out, working construction, doing all that, doing jiu-jitsu, dealing with people. Like you just learn to get used to it after a while. It just can become numb almost. Like, you know,
You
when
have
you're
to.
taking on a lot of stuff, you know, you'll have that weekend to yourself and that's it. Then it's back to Monday. It's like, hey, we need you back to work Monday. Boom. So, you know, even to that, like, you know, I would say mental is key, but you do have some time. Like you don't need more than 1 or 2 days to get your mental back in because you have to jump right back in.
I think it just
I-
depends on who you are.
I think it's just taking breaks. You know, you can't sit here and do beats and produce for 48 hours straight. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, your creative curve goes downhill.
But we're talking about creative
Um,
or physical. Or
Well, I
money?
mean,
If he's talking about creative, then yeah, I understand. But he's talking
Well,
about physical work.
No,
I
I'm
don't know.
No,
saying
no.
mental, like mental.
Yeah,
he's
but
like
talking about
mental.
mental.
But I'm saying mental as creative, mental as like physical. Like, are we like which route are we going?
Like, I
Because
mean,
creative,
it-
I can understand
like
where he's coming
anything,
from.
like anything, like say like school. You know, you only have that weekend
Well-
to yourself before you have to go back to school.
It's almost like a job, but still, like you're not. You know, I wouldn't say it would be like equivalent to like like saying like the work like a job. It is like a job though.
So let me
Where were you going?
let me just kind of
You're butting in.
yeah, I'm butting in.
Reel us in, Ron.
Or hey,
We're gonna call you Reel It In, Ron.
Reel It In,
Okay,
Ron.
there you go.
I'm just chopped liver in the corner.
You just chopped liver. Well, I'm usually chopped liver, but now it's your turn to be chopped liver. So I'm just kind of thinking to myself that we're talking to the folks out there that are interested in trying to improve their lives and find the tools to make their life better. But there is no exactness to anything in reality. But I think by us talking about these three things, we at least give people some tools to use to improve their life. And everybody's going to have a different way of dealing with their struggles, whether it's addiction, whether it's lack of motivation, whether it's depression, whether it's whatever. But I think these three things give you a hand up to being able to deal with whatever it is that you have to deal with to get to where you want to get to in life. Because getting where you want to get to in life is no easy task.
I think sleep we can all do on our own, but really you should seek out a professional when it comes to the nutrition side. I think everybody's body is different. What you're doing on a daily basis matters, and so I think you got to seek out a professional. On the exercise thing, I mean, we can all do jumping jacks and we can all walk, but
By the way, you know where
Yeah.
that came from, jumping jacks?
no, where?
Jack LaLanne.
Who's
He was-
Jack?
He was the fitness guru back in the 50s and 60s.
Reeling in.
hmm
Jumping jack?
Jumping. His name was Jack LaLanne. Everybody out there
And he
knows who
did
Jack
jumping
LaLanne
jacks,
is.
or he just
He
was a fitness
created
guy?
the jumping jack.
Oh, he
And
did.
they named it after
He
him.
created. This sounds like a Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
And you know that burpees were created by Mr. Burpee
I did not know
back in the
that.
back in the
That's
30s.
That is cap.
Wow.
He created that as a way to test people's endurance ability.
That's cap.
It was a
Yeah,
test.
Cap.
But now it's a great exercise
Yeah.
that people utilize for endurance improvement,
No, it's
cardio
not.
improvement.
It sounds like
Have you ever
hell.
done burpees?
Only when I drink a lot of soda.
Shut up.
Any rate, for those folks out there that are listening that want to try a great exercise, go on YouTube and look up burpees.
Everybody
and,
knows what
try
a
a burpee
is.
regimen.
Some
It's-
people don't know.
You'll
what
be
burpee
fascinated at
I,
how much
I
it'll
didn't
help you.
until Ron told me.
No way. What?
No.
That's crazy.
It looks really simple, but
It's
you'll
hell.
find out it's not
hell.
very.
Is. It ain't that
Do
bad.
Yeah,
10
not-
of them.
not that
Do 10
simple.
of them.
No,
if
Ron,
you're unhealthy,
Ron could do like 100 of those.
I know, but I'm saying if you're unhealthy,
Like it's nothing.
if you're unhealthy,
Oh,
do
you
Well, I
ten of
wouldn't-
them.
I wouldn't say like it's
if you're
nothing.
unhealthy, you barely doing 5.
Exactly.
Promise
That's what I'm saying.
Promise you.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I've seen it.
Like when we were at baseball, and like if we missed a throw or something, we had to do 10 of them.
Boy, you did
Oh
one
my
of those. You're like,
God. Yeah, literally.
that's you.
Out here just laying on the ground, bro.
Hey, look like a roly poly.
Literally.
Look like a roly poly on the ground.
Literally.
Well, that's a pretty deep subject for such shallow minds.
Good one.
How do you like that one?
That was pretty good. Reel it in, Ron.
Reel it in, Ron.
Reel it in.
Okay, so Where are we at? Where are we going? What's going on? Okay.
Howdy. So, but the top three.
Top
That was
three.
good. Recite them. What are they?
Nutrition, rest, exercise.
hmm But I like what Brent said. Do seek out a professional with nutrition for sure.
Man, I need a professional in my life. That's for sure.
You do.
I've got real
we
issues.
we can't we we all have professions in something. We can't do it all, but we
Dang
do always
it.
need somebody to kind of help us, aid us, guide us a little bit. But what Brent said was pretty key because some people do need to be on keto. Say if you're on overweight, you do
If
need.
you're a diabetic,
Yeah,
you know,
you
so
probably need to be on
you need-
keto, or say
Yeah.
diabetic, or you have some eating
Yeah.
like I don't eat any pork or beef or whatever, but I figure it out. But I'm saying I if I wanted that help, I have people in my gym that used to do that, used to work at a supplement store or whatever, which is very helpful, very nice. And if I needed any questions, I could ask them. And then the more you surround yourself with people that are somewhat successful in what they do, and that's why I really like jiu-jitsu, because most people that are in it, they're not there just to choke their chicken. They're there to make their life better. And anybody that making
Where'd you
their
come
life
up with that line? Choke your chicken.
I came up with it a couple years ago when you told me about the joke. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Pretty good. Eh?
I like how I came up with it because you told me.
That's funny.
But no, you're right. But I'm saying what I like in the business I do. It is nice because people are trying to change their life, and usually those people that stick around are really good people, and you're very helpful, and in many areas that if you need help or whatever.
Okay. Well,
wouldn't you agree, Ron, that if you don't have any of these three, it'd be hard for you to do what you do every day?
absolutely.
I don't think.
I don't think he could if he didn't do these three.
Even if you have just one, like in a way.
No, you need three.
No,
you
I'm
need
saying
those
like
three.
somebody that's like, you know,
you can do any of them temporary. Step away from nutrition for a little bit, or step away from sleep for a little bit, but you got to go back to it.
Yeah,
No.
I think the only thing that should be temporary, I think all those should be temporary. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna go through phases.
Yeah.
But I think the one that always has to be there is the fitness part. Like it has to be there
at
'cause-
any age. I don't care if you're
that-
16 or you're
that one
96.
does have to be
So
there.
if you could pick one today and you don't do any of these three, start with that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exercise
that's
is
what I was
so
saying is
important.
like, say if you don't have three of them at all, like for someone that's out there that
And there's
doesn't-
a million studies that prove that exercise it fights dementia, it helps fight heart disease, it helps fight cancer. You live longer, you feel better, you fight depression. It just goes on and on and on and on. But we don't need to get into all those studies.
Fitness,
but-
fitness is gonna help.
The fitness will probably tie right into nutrition because
Yeah,
they're
and it
probably
will-
going to
it
say,
will.
hey, tell me about what you eat. I mean, on the questionnaire you fill out, depending on where you go work out,
Well,
it may ask those questions.
Most people are gonna do that when they start fitness. They're gonna be trying to eat healthy. Like they're already
Yeah.
thinking that.
Yeah.
Nutrition, but nutrition in a way is like, what kind of meal preps do you want? But I'm saying for the
Yeah.
average person that is listening, fitness shouldn't be the one that's temporary. You know what I mean? Try to make it in like your
Yeah.
daily schedule
Yeah.
because you're already going to be started thinking about it. People that are like say like the New Year's people. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No.
But like New Year's people, like they come in before they even get a nutrition plan, but they know what's good for them and bad for them. We all do. We all know what's good and bad for us since the day of age that we were out the womb. You know what I mean? But on the nutrition thing, I would say it's more about information.
Speaking of the womb, I have a question.
Oh God!
How is it?
Reel it in.
How is it possible that when the baby's in the womb, the baby is not breathing, but the baby is alive with fluid in the lungs, and then when the baby's born, it has to breathe oxygen? I don't understand how it's
Weird.
possible
We're
that the baby
amphibians.
breathes with fluid.
Monkeys, amphibians. I don't know. I have
That's
no
the
clue.
strangest
I'm not a
thing.
doctor.
I've never
I'm a
understood
musical
that.
writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to call the doc in for that.
It's just
Or
crazy.
you know what?
to
Google it.
Google.
Yeah,
or
Google
you
it.
know what? Or we find a doctor and we interview him.
I like
On
that.
Soar High
Maybe there'll be
Personal
a doctor
Development.
out there that wants to go to our website same day. No, not same day. SoarHighPersonalDevelopment.com.
too many businesses.
And
Oh.
yeah, too many businesses, and give us a contact name so we can reach out to you and then we can interview you.
I figured we would look on Craigslist or something.
By the way, we appreciate all of our subscribers out there and sharing our podcast with your friends and family. And this is a lot of this is for you guys out there that are already subscribing. We want to keep it interesting and upbeat for you to listen to us every week. So I think we're probably at the end of this
Hold up.
podcast. So
Hold up.
anybody have any final thoughts?
Yeah, Brent. I cut him off on accident.
Oh, okay.
If you don't use it, you lose it.
Ah, I like that.
You can take that
Wow.
however you want
That's
in
super.
whatever
I like that.
context.
He's got a
Devin?
good point.
Wow.
Well, what I was saying earlier was like, for someone out there that's listening that doesn't exercise, doesn't get good rest, and doesn't eat well already, start with one. I'm
Fair
not
enough.
saying you have to do all three.
Fair
Try to
enough.
get more than 5 hours of sleep one night, even if you have to wake up super late, just try it, instead of going to McDonald's every other day, try to go 1 week without having it at all,
Fair
just
enough.
you have to you can't, it's like quitting smoking or something cold turkey. You can't just stop and do all three the next day. You
Gotcha.
can, but someone
Stress.
who's used to that
All-
can't do it.
All of these are new habits. You
Exactly.
have to create, like brushing your teeth every morning. You got to
Exactly.
create a new habit. The nutrition doesn't mean, yeah, you can buy different things in the store, but you get your meal prep, everything has to change what you eat when you eat out. So yeah,
Exactly.
it's a new habit.
Mr. Rose, any last thoughts?
Boy, I'm just thankful we do this
Boy, you and me both.
because it helps me recite. If anybody's listening out there, just keep on reciting.
You become what you think about. You become who you surround yourself with.
So I'm grateful. Oh,
It's so
absolutely.
important.
Absolutely.
If you're anybody out there that's hanging around with negative people, quit it.
Get away from them.
Get away from them. Start hanging out with. If you have to be by yourself, it's better.
It's
than
better.
being around
It's
negative
better being
people.
by yourself. It really is.
For real.
Trust
Because
me.
you don't have to blame nobody. If something happens, it's your fault.
Exactly. No, I agree.
Yep.
That's
So
why I
I'll
don't
wrap
leave
it
the
up by
house.
saying what I always say at the end of each podcast. Just remember, if you don't give up, the stars will line up.